What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Moo Trades. In today's video, we're going to be going over the progress that I've made over the last month of live streaming my 2 Apex Trader funding 50,000 evaluation accounts. So if you guys have been watching the streams every single morning at market open, we officially have passed both of the accounts. We started one of the paid performance accounts today. Tomorrow, both of them will be live. So I thought it was the perfect time to do a quick breakdown of the journey. And what are we going to use to do that? We're looking at TradeZella. So in the past, I've never used a trading journal like this before, but actually, I kind of like what we're seeing here. So let's dive in. Let's start at the top left. So net P&L, this is across both of the evaluation accounts, as well as today, which, as I mentioned, was the first day we started trading the first paid performance account. So what this doesn't actually take into account is the commissions, which do eat into a significant amount of the profit. But for this video, I'm really wanting to focus on the profit factor, win percentage, and the average win-loss per trade, which I think is a lot more important than the gross or net profit, because once you have a certain trading method that does work over the long term, scaling up is sort of something that you can look at down the line. But the most important thing is looking at your risk to reward ratio, as well as your trade expectancy. How much are you expected to win or lose per trade? So profit factor we see here is the total profits divided by the total losses. So if you're above 1, obviously it means that you have a profitable trading system. So we see our profit factor is 1.86. We have a win percentage of 77.3%. Trade expectancy, just under $50 per trade. And our average win-loss. So the technique that I use is a scalp technique. So I have been scalping for 1 point, and our stop loss goes 1 tick above or 1 tick below the relevant signal bar. Now, we do have a varying risk, but here we see the average loss per trade, per losing trade, is $254. Average win per trade is $138. So basically, we have a lot more risk compared to our potential reward, but that's where the trade win percentage comes into play. Because we have a high win percentage, it evens out in the long term, and it means that we're still profitable as long as we maintain a high win percentage. Ideally, I want to be above 80%. Last month we were slightly below 80%, but even then we still had a great month. Now is when it really is going to count, because as we've been saying, now is when we're using paid performance accounts, so we can hopefully get some payouts in about a month's time. That's the goal. So as we see here on this chart, the first couple trading days were a little bit rough, but it's been very consistent earnings pretty much every single day. Let's take a look at this calendar. I like the view of this. So we see, at least for October, we only had 2 red days. Every other day we had 1 break-even day, Friday the 6th, and every other day was a green day. And we're pretty consistent. I mean, $600 here, 1.3K here, 400, 1.3K. The 2 red days were probably a little bit more than I wanted to see on a red day. Usually, it's best to see your red days be a very small amount, like less than $500 ideally. But in any case, you can't complain about 2 red days out of the entire month so far, at least. So we're gonna keep up the momentum. At the bottom chart, we see our drawdown. So this was the 27th of September here. Here's the 9th of October. Here is the 11th of October, and then the challenge started at the end of last month as well. So it actually started off to a pretty rough start, and then we ended up having a great start to October. So let's freaking keep it up, baby. But let's take a look at this chart once again. hopefully we can ride this wave. And let's take a look at what my specific strategy is. Let's go into the trades that I took today so I can at least describe exactly my method and what scalping really means. So let's just take a look quickly at our chart. So here we have a live scalp counter going. It's pretty much the same win percentage that we see on TradeZella, maybe couple trade discrepancies here and there, because TradeZella, as we see here, like for today, it says we had 6 trades. We really took 4 trades, but because we're using 2 accounts with Apex, it pretty much doubled everything here. But the last 2 trades, we only traded 1 of the accounts. So anyway, all the trades that you see here, like 20 trades, that was really 10 trades. Here, 6 trades, it was really 3 trades. Same with here, 3 trades. So that's another thing. We are trading 2 accounts, or we have been trading 2 accounts. So that's why we see double the amount of trades on TradeZella. So let's take a look. This is today, October 23rd, Monday. And we went 4-0 on today's live stream. And let's take a look at the first 2 trades right here. So in the overnight session, we had a nice, pretty looking downtrend. And the rules with trends are that we want to go with the trend. We want to go short in this case, unless we have a significant break of the structure and a test at the new extreme. So even though we started working higher, I knew we had a break of structure, but we hadn't came back and tested these lows. So in my mind, I was still bearish. I was still biased towards the downside. So I was very patient. I waited until we got a potential setup. Market opened right around here. And as we started working below the EMA, started getting rejected at the EMA on the downside, what I do, I drew another short-term downtrend. We had 3 clear touches on the top side. This was a 4th touch here. So I went short 1 tick below the signal bar, went short at 21.75. My stop loss was 1 tick above the signal bar, so it was at 42.25. So that in itself was a little bit of a high risk trade because the bar was bigger than normal. So it was 21.75. It was 3.25 points for a 1 point reward. But there were a couple trades today that we actually snuck in with limit orders, so we got a little bit more out of the trades. But the reasons I took this trade, first of all, we were trending down. We were expecting a new low of this overall downtrend. And also we had a 2-legged pullback, which is our bread and butter. It's what we look for. So we have 1 leg up here. As soon as the next bar broke below the one previous to it, that created a first opportunity to go short. First attempt by the sellers to push the market lower. Then when we came back up, broke above the previous signal bar, and all in the same bar, shot down, closed on the low. That was my signal to head down with the shorts and sell, and it worked out for a nice trade. And what I do, I wasn't just satisfied with that. I saw perfect lower high opportunity. A lot of longs were gonna get trapped right here when basically this bar did the same thing as the one we went short on first. We traded up off the top side of the trend channel, all in the same bar, close on the low. I'm gonna go short there all day, every day. And it ended up going for a nice move. Now, for this challenge, we haven't been using any runners. We've only been going for 1 point scalps. It's been going well so far. So maybe down the line, we'll experiment with some runners. But for now, we are only going for 1 point scalps. And what happened here? We ended up taking out this liquidity. We took out the previous lows of the day. And the rules with trends are that once we have a break of the structure, we have the test of the new extreme. Now it's time we might start looking for a trade in the opposite direction, and that's exactly what ended up happening. We started an uptrend here, and basically we went long in the same way we went short right here. What did we have here? We had a 2-legged pullback going short off the top side of that trend channel. Here it's just the same thing but opposite. We're in this clear uptrend, bounced at the bottom side of the trend channel multiple times, came back, touched that 21-day EMA. We had 1 leg down. As soon as the Next bar broke above that. We had a second leg down, and then on the same bar, broke below the previous one to it, closed on the high, two-legged pullback. This time, I'm going long because prices are telling me we're making higher highs, we're making higher lows. No way, no reason to doubt that until we have that significant break of trend and test at the new extreme. So once again, we went long one tick above this bar, stop loss one tick below, and it worked out for a nice trade. That was the third trade of the day. If we go look at our fourth one, it actually was a bit of a counter trend trade, but let me explain why I went counter trend. So we've been saying that in an uptrend, you want to go long, and a downtrend, you want to go short, obviously, right? But the reason I was confident in this short setup was we had a break of the trend here. So we had this consistent uptrend. We had a break of it. We don't want to just bend the trend because we have a break of it. We want to be confident in our chart reading. We want to be confident in what we have drawn. If we're a price action trader, if we're relying on these drawings for our trade. So even though there was a break here, it doesn't mean that I'm going to then fix my downtrend to kind of fit all the price action, because that's not really what was accurate. What's accurate is where there are the most touches. And in my eyes, we had the most touches like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the bottom side, broke below that. So that was the break of the structure. What did we have? 2 legs to a new extreme, 1 leg, 2 leg. In my eyes, that signaled the uptrend was likely to be over. So when we push strongly below the EMA, we were saying this on live, we're looking for a lower high below the EMA to trap some longs, going long at the wrong time after the uptrend was losing steam. Boom, all in the same bar. What did we do? We traded up, closed right near the lows. I went short, and once again, it went for a nice move. I mean, this was about a 10-point move. We only got 1 point out of it, but we're happy. Any day you're 4-0, 100%. I'm going to take that all day. So we're done after an hour of trading. And that's going to wrap up the video. Hope to see you guys in the live stream tomorrow morning and every morning. There's a TradeZella code. Not a code, but a link for TradeZella in the description, as well as Apex and Replicanto code. Apex Trader Funding, that's what I've been using for this challenge. Replicanto is how you can trade multiple accounts. And that's going to wrap it up. Peace out, guys.